insurance, so you only pay for what you need. With the money we saved, we tried electric unicycles.
I think I got it.
Okay. Doggy paddle. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Poshmark is the perfect side hustle. There's so much I can sell. Bags, clothes, and even electronics. It's so easy. I can list in 60 seconds or less. I can't imagine a better side hustle.
Well, that was a moment. 25 years after Back to the Future 3, Marty and Doc made a surprise visit to Jimmy Kimmel Live back in 2015, DeLorean and all.
And although Michael retired from acting back in 2020 due to his declining health, he never missed an opportunity to reunite with his Back to the Future family.
I love that cast so much. I could watch that movie over
Can we get a DeLorean?
Over.
Can we get a...
Here you go.
Can we get
Good night,
a DeLorean?
everybody.
When I saw Chris at this Comic-Con, I just...
Happening now.
A standoff situation lasting hours and no suspects found, and the neighbors who live in this community say they are frustrated over the entire ordeal.
What's in your Easter basket? If it's chocolate, listen up. Coming up at 5, why Consumer Reports is warning about some chocolates and the heavy metals they may contain.
Another round of good rainfall today. We'll take the latest look at radar and talk about how much rain fell and where, and how things are changing into the Easter weekend. The news at 5 starts right now.
San Antonio police searching for a man involved in a shooting that left one woman dead. That incident leading to a standoff at a home on the south side that ended with damage and disappointment.
This afternoon, that woman was identified by the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office as 33-year-old Gabrielle Delangel. Jonathan Cotto explaining why neighbors who were initially concerned for their safety for hours on end are now angry that it was all for nothing.
Around 12 o'clock, I heard rolling. I'm trying to go to sleep. Rolling. And I'm about 2 o'clock. I still heard rolling. What's this rolling guy do?
You've been in there long enough.
Over 12 hours of negotiations between San Antonio police and a shooting suspect believed to be in this home, and neighbors concerned, frustrated, and sleep deprived.
Non-stop the whole night, the whole entire neighborhood. Nobody has slept. People have to work.
I'm pretty tired. I woke up at 7 today, 7 a.m.
Come out of the house, Roland.
So I'm still sleepy.
Exit the house and listen to the orders of the officers, Roland.
The standoff began around 9:45 Thursday night at this home on Humboldt Street on the city's south side.
3 hours.
Everybody got here at right before 10, and everything was blocked off. There was SWAT, everybody. They didn't start the bullhorn till almost 2 in the morning.
Police say the suspect was involved in a shooting that killed a woman following an argument with another man at a south side taco stand. As one of the men was leaving and getting into his Jeep to drive off, police say the suspect fired a gunshot into the window, striking a female passenger in the chest.
It's time to come out.
There were a lot of indicators prior to our SOU coming out and setting up and using all these resources that led us to believe that there was somebody in the location.
This is the home police spent hours trying to negotiate with the suspect to come out of the home. You can see just the extent of damage the house received when police breached the property. Now, once inside the home, police discovered the suspect was never inside.
Unfortunately, after all this time, it was an empty house.
Neighbors say they'd hoped police would have breached the home sooner.
All this time, all night long and all morning long, for what?
Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
New at 5, U.S. Border Patrol in Del Rio say a 911 call leading to the discovery of the state's latest deadly human trafficking incident. 3 migrants found dead after a group of migrants were trapped inside multiple train cars. This happened yesterday. According to the law enforcement agency's Facebook page, officers found 24 people in all. 3 were pronounced dead. 15 were said to be seriously ill. This comes about 2 weeks after groups of migrants were found trapped in train cars in 2 other separate incidents, one in Eagle Pass, the other near Canepa.
The rain won't stop some Easter campers determined to keep their spots ahead of the holiday weekend. The curfew at public parks lifted last night. We told you about it on the Night Beat. Some families have already spent 24 hours outdoors, including Rosie Alejandro's family. We stopped by Brackenridge Park this morning, where Rosie was just arriving to restock her family with some much needed towels, an extra tent, and of course charcoal for for those Easter barbecues.
We grew up doing it with my grandma when we were little, and then I started with my kids. Little rain's not going to dampen. It's a good Friday. Not the first time it's rained.
The city park hours return to normal at 11 o'clock on Sunday.
It is a rainy day out there, no doubt about it. You can barely see with this camera shot. So much water on the lens everywhere. But the good news here is that, unlike yesterday, it wasn't quite as horrible on the roads. And as you can see, travel moving along just fine on this Good Friday.
Yeah, and with today being Good Friday, a lot of people were off for the holiday and off the roads. Didn't have to deal with the heavy rains that have been on and off throughout the day.
That's right. Rain, a very welcome sight, but it is making Easter weekend a little challenging to plan for. So, Adam, despite all the rain, our Easter egg hunts are on.
Oh, yeah, they are on, and we'll see improving conditions in time for Easter. It's going to be a gradual process, however. You look at the radar currently, we don't have a whole lot of activity out there, just some very light sprinkle action in far northern Bexar County in the north side of town, and a little bit actually popping up in Val Verde now, where we haven't had much in terms of rain throughout this whole rain event. We'll take a closer look at those showers coming up in a bit, but there's not much left on the local radar. It's cool out there, still feeling the chill again. 58 Del Rio, 60 Eagle Pass, 54 in Floresville. Another nearly 3/4 of an inch fell in Schertz. Leon Springs, another 1/4 of an inch today. New Braunfels picked up another 1/3 of an inch. That's in Michael's backyard. And Lavernia, 0.8 of an inch again today, on top of what we saw yesterday. And actually, coming up in a little bit, we're going to look at some of those rainfall totals, who got how much, and of course where we saw the most rain. Still some scattered sprinkles this evening and overnight tonight, remaining chilly. Temperatures not changing, just holding steady in the lower 50s. We'll be back to talk about what kind of changes we'll see this weekend and how you can plan for them in just a bit.
Thank you so much, Adam. The chilly temperatures and this rain, not enough to deter the crowds from gathering in downtown San Antonio for the annual Passion of the Christ.
The Alamo City, known for its reenactment of Jesus' journey carrying the cross to Calvary.
Alyssa Cole there as spectators' tears mixed with the raindrops in this year's traditional Passion play at San Fernando.
It may have been cold, windy, and a little rainy, but it did not stop hundreds of people from coming out to the main plaza to witness the Passion Play reenactment. The Passion Play reenactment is when church leaders and followers of Christ follow a group reenacting Jesus carrying the cross from Milam Park downtown, across from Children's Hospital by Santa Rosa, all the way here to Main Plaza, right outside of the San Fernando Cathedral. The actor playing Jesus showed up carrying the cross, and a huge crowd following him. Tons of people started to look on, pulling out their cell phones, recording and excitement. Some of them became really emotional and touched just witnessing the physical pain that Jesus went through during the trial and crucifixion. Once the stage part of the play was over, dozens of people filled the inside of San Fernando Cathedral witnessing Jesus's reenactment burial. It's a time where people mourn and they express their sadness while anticipating his resurrection on the third day. San Fernando Cathedral will continue to host a series of events here in the main plaza throughout the city and here at the church. All you have to do is visit our website at KSAT.com for all the details. Reporting downtown, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
On this Good Friday, Pope Francis, though, more of a spectator today. The Vatican says Pope Francis unable to take part in the traditional Good Friday way of the cross procession due to unseasonably cold temperatures in Rome. The 84-year-old pontiff actually watched from his home. He did preside over nearly 2-hour-long mass at St. Peter's Basilica yesterday for Holy Thursday. The church taking extra precautions with the Pope's schedule since his release from the hospital just this past Saturday for a respiratory infection. The Pope is scheduled to preside at an Easter Vigil Mass tomorrow night in the Basilica, and on Sunday, he's due to be in St. Peter's Square for a mid-morning Mass.
And more Easter news. No doubt there's going to be a lot of chocolate buddies in Easter baskets this weekend. The question is, what's in the chocolate? 12 News Side's Marilyn Moritz explains why there are concerns about heavy metals in dark chocolate.
Chocolate eggs and those chocolate bunnies. But before you or the kids overindulge, listen to what Consumer Reports found when they tested dark chocolates.
We tested 28 dark chocolate bars and found concerning levels of cadmium or lead, two toxic heavy metals in most of them.
For 23 of the bars, eating just an ounce a day would put an adult over the level that Consumer Reports experts and public health authorities say may be harmful.
Kidney damage, hypertension, and reproductive issues are just some of the various health problems associated with consistent long-term exposure to heavy metals, and the risks for kids are even greater.
In young children, even small amounts of metals can cause developmental problems, affect brain development, and lead to a lower IQ. The industry has taken notice. The National Confectioners Association has said that lead reductions can be expected within the first year of implementing new handling practices, though it says lowering cadmium may take longer. But what about milk chocolate? It's actually more common in Easter candy and candies that kids eat.
Milk chocolate tends to have lower levels of heavy metals, but you're typically trading that off with a lot more added sugars.
So CR's experts suggest this rule for all chocolate: enjoy as an occasional treat.
Chocolate actually has some health benefits. Cacao contains flavonols, which have been shown to reduce inflammation and reduce cholesterol. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
The Labor Department releasing the newest jobs report today. It revealed 236,000 jobs were added last month, dropping the unemployment rate to 3.5%.
And as ABC's Rena Roy reports, this is what economists expected, showing job growth is still strong, but slowing compared to recent months.
The monthly jobs report is out from the Department of Labor, showing 236,000 jobs added in March.
The job market remains solid, though it is showing signs of gradual cooling.
This slowdown is exactly what economists expected following a red-hot streak in recent months. But overall, the market is still strong, with jobs added in leisure and hospitality, government, and healthcare. President Biden touting the news, saying his agenda has powered an historic economic recovery. In an encouraging sign, the report says more people were actively looking for work last month. The unemployment rate now at 3.5%. Wages up 0.3% from the month before. Higher wages can stoke higher inflation, but experts say the gains in this report are not alarming. Meanwhile, some good news for home buyers.
Mortgage rates are lower for the fourth straight week. The average rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage now at 6.28%, but that is still 2 full percentage points higher than it was just a year ago.
Experts say this report will likely keep the Federal Reserve on its current path of raising interest rates to bring down inflation. Rent prices are up more than 8% in the past year, and groceries are up 10%. Overall, American households are paying about $400 extra nearly every month for the same goods and services compared to last year.
Those numbers show inflation is clearly still historically high, but it is trending lower. Next week, a new inflation report will reveal if we can expect that trend to continue. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead, the COVID vaccine could soon be a lot easier to administer. Just how close we are to having the vaccine in the form of a simple nasal spray.
Hormone replacement therapy may help in the prevention of dementia in women. A new study is making headlines, but why researchers say women may want to wait before they actually start the treatment.
I'm Myra Arthur in the newsroom with a look at what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. A now fired corrections officer in Hays County is also indicted. That former officer is accused of shooting and killing an inmate who was shackled at the time. We walk you through a timeline of what happened and what the sheriff's office is saying about video evidence in this case. And it was a Spurs win in downtown Austin on and off the court last night. Reaction from just up I-35 and what Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai has to say about future Spurs games there. Plus,
it's black people out here, but we're a blended culture out here, browns and blacks.
the history of the black community on San Antonio's west side. It's part of our History Untold series. That's today at 6. We'll see you then in less than an hour.
Thank you so much, Myra. A new study released this week suggesting hormone replacement therapy early on may be more protective for a woman's brain against dementia. That study in the journal JAMA Neurology showed that women who underwent early or premature menopause or who began hormone replacement therapy more than 5 years after menopause had higher levels of tau protein in their brains. These proteins, along with plaques from other protein, are hallmark signs of Alzheimer's disease. The study did have some limitations in that most participants were white, and the study did not specify which participants went on to develop dementia. The disease strikes women much harder than men. The Alzheimer's Association says it's likely due to biological reasons that remain poorly understood.
Scientists in Germany saying a promising COVID-19 nasal vaccine can prevent a person from getting sick. The vaccine made with the live but weakened form of the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. Scientists in the laboratory working with hamsters found that after 2 doses of the nasal vaccine, the virus did not copy itself in the animal's upper airways, so they didn't get sick. Researchers also said it created a much stronger immune response than 2 doses of mRNA-based COVID vaccines, the shots. There are several more hurdles to clear before this vaccine could be available for use in people. A sniff instead of a stick.
I like it. Looking outside with live cam, I kind of like this too, because I know how dry it has been, and the drought monitor has been kind of scaring us lately. This is nice.
If you're not from San Antonio, you might not think this is a pretty picture.
It is,
right?
But it is.
It is beautiful. I actually sent a text earlier today to the entire weather team on our text chain. Just said, it's just, this rain is so beautiful and great. And everybody gave it the little heart because, yeah, we're all on board with, happy that this rain came. Gradual drying process tomorrow. We'll wake up to dampness, but by the afternoon, we'll see a few breaks in the clouds. Warmer this weekend, but temperatures still below average for this time of year. And low humidity. You're not going to notice mugginess in the air for several more days. Take a look at our rain chances the rest of the night and even on into tomorrow. Notice just 30 to 40% through sunrise tomorrow. So that's some isolated to widely separated areas of light rain. That's the key. Light action coming and going, and even just sprinkles and fog, to be honest with you, near sunrise tomorrow morning. So we're not going to add a whole lot to what we've accumulated over the past couple of days, and then 0% rain chances by 11 a.m. tomorrow and into the afternoon. So that's the gradual drying process. Here's a look at how much we've gotten over the past 72 hours. San Antonio International, 1.61. Tilden, 5.4 inches. Kennedy, nearly 6. Gonzales, 4.4. And by the way, coming up at 6, we're going to take a look at the radar estimates and how high those numbers are within the heaviest streaks of rain. But these are actual rain gauge reports. Kelly Field, 0.82. Sutherland Springs, 1 3/4. Floresville, well over 2 inches of rain. It's nice to see good drought denting rain for many locations, especially along and east of I-35. You look at the radar at the moment, and most of the action has moved out of our viewing area, just out of Hallettsville, and even just some very light sprinkles in and around northern Bexar County starting to come to an end. But even if you're not having the active falling rain, you still have that dampness out there with a little bit of drizzle and just a brief sprinkle from time to time. But the heaviest of the action, that's moving on out. We've had this good energy coming in from the southwest up above us, and that's been generating and, regenerating some of those showers and thunderstorms. But we're starting to lose that energy. So now it's just that low-level, misty, drizzly, and sprinkly type of activity that's going on, if that makes any sense. Drizzly, sprinkly, and foggy, and you name it. Here's our future cast going forward, and this does show that heaviest action moving east away from our area and out of the coastal plain, and just some hit or miss, very light showers popping up here and there through the night and even through sunrise tomorrow. We'll have some of those little sprinkles and a bit of dampness combined with fog and drizzle. Gradual drying process. Notice by noon, just clouds, but some breaks in those clouds scattered across our area. So we'll actually squeeze in a little bit of sunshine. Let's talk temperatures. We've been in the 50s just about all day yesterday, all day today. We started at 51 in the morning. We're 54 right now, which is basically our high temperature. It's been cool and chilly, very fall-like out there. Temperatures aren't going to change much the rest of the night. Pretty much all of us in the 50s, the exception Del Rio at 60. And we'll just drop off a couple of degrees, near 50 degrees at 7 a.m. tomorrow with that morning dampness. Then a few breaks in the clouds, 68 by the afternoon. So that warming trend, but still below average. Partial sunshine on Sunday. Comfortable low humidity, and 73. So beautiful Easter Sunday. You don't have to worry about dressing for the conditions other than we'll be in the 50s in the morning with very low humidity. You don't have to worry about sweating through your Sunday finest. It's going to be comfortable. And then some scattered showers possible Monday, 70s next week.
Thank you so much, Adam.
All right, like it or not, the Spurs are undefeated in Austin.
They are undefeated in Austin. What a great game yesterday.
That's one way to put it.
I mean, it's only one game, but,
Yeah, hey, they got the T-Wolves next. Maybe they can make it 2-0. You never know. But Spurs, Blazers last night, what a game in front of 16,000-plus fans. And R.C. Buford says the Spurs are committed to San Antonio. Coming up. In front of a Moody Center record crowd of 16,023, the Spurs and Blazers put on a show in the first NBA game in Austin last night. The game had 11 ties and 6 lead changes. The Spurs went up for good with 3:31 left in the game on back-to-back threes by Keita Bates-Diop. He led the Spurs at 25, and San Antonio beats Portland at the Moody 129-127. David Sears has more.
Even with the win, it's been a tough season, and Keldon Johnson says they have grown throughout the year as a team and as individuals like Keita.
Every single person on the roster or person that came through got better being here. And, we got amazing player development. We got amazing coaches. We got amazing medical staff. You just got to look at the silver lining. Obviously, we didn't win 30 games, 40 games, 50 games, but, we got better as a young group, and we stayed together the whole time.
He's carving out an NBA career. From the beginning, it didn't look like that, but he's worked on his skills, his confidence, his aggressiveness, everything. Really proud of him.
Yeah, I worked on my three a lot the last couple of years back when Chip was here and the guys here still work with me. So I worked a lot in the summer and the off season, just getting that confidence back.
And with a pretty high draft pick coming up, they'll see who they can add to that growing mix. With the Spurs in Austin, David Sears, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you, David. Spurs have one more game in Austin tomorrow at 3. So Wednesday and Thursday, Pop said the Spurs plan to play more games in Austin in the future, and this put an already nervous fan base on edge, wondering if the team will one day move to Austin. Spurs CEO R.C. Buford addressed that last night before the game during his Q&A with the media.
We've got partnerships with great partners in Bexar County at the AT&T Center that we want to continue to honor. But San Antonio's home. From the Holt family, from Peter J. Holt, the commitment is there, continues to be there, will always be there to San Antonio. I think if you've gone out to see our new Human Performance Campus at the Rock at La Cantera, that is a financial commitment and an emotional commitment to our community that is our home. I don't know how we can say any stronger. San Antonio's home.
And there you have it. I ran into some Spurs fans after the game that are still a little nervous, though.
I think they're always going to be. But Austin makes sense for them to play a couple games up there. The Celtics used to play in Hartford back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Not liking it. We'll be right back. Thanks so much for watching the news at 5 with us.
World News up next. See you back here at 6.